There's a moment most men completely miss. A quiet, invisible moment where a woman stops seeing you as just another person in her life and starts seeing you as something she can't get out of her head. She hasn't said anything. She hasn't made a move. But something inside her has already shifted, and she is thinking about you. Constantly. The problem is this. Most men have no idea it's happening. You're sitting right there. You're in her world. You're having conversations with her, laughing with her, maybe even seeing her every day. And yet you have no clue that at night, before she falls asleep, your face is the last thing in her mind. That when something funny happens during her day, your name is the first one she wants to tell. That she replays moments with you the way people replay their favorite scenes from a film. And because you don't see it, you do nothing. You wait for something obvious. You wait for her to say it clearly. But she never will. Not at first. Because a woman who is fantasizing about you is also terrified of what that means. She doesn't want to be vulnerable. She doesn't want to seem too eager. So she hides it. She buries it. She acts normal on the outside while her inner world is completely consumed by you. This is the problem that costs men real connections. Missing the signals, waiting too long, letting the moment pass because no one ever taught you how to read what she's actually feeling beneath the surface. That ends today. Because once you understand these 9 signs, you will never miss them again. Sign 1. She remembers things you never expected her to remember. You mentioned offhand, weeks ago, that you prefer black coffee with no sugar. She remembered. You said something briefly about a movie you loved as a kid. She brought it up later. Small details, irrelevant details, the kind people only store when they're paying very close attention. A woman only remembers the little things about a man who lives in her thoughts. Memory follows obsession. Sign 2. She responds to your messages faster than anyone else. Watch the timing. Not every message, but notice the pattern. When you text her, does she reply quickly? Even when she's busy. Even late at night, a woman who is fantasizing about you keeps her phone close because a part of her is always half waiting to hear from you. She won't admit it, but the response time doesn't lie. Sign 3. She finds reasons to touch you that aren't really reasons at all. She fixes your collar when it doesn't need fixing. She brushes your hand while passing something. She leans slightly into you when you're both looking at something on a screen. These touches aren't accidents. They are tests. Her body is curious about yours before her words are brave enough to be. Physical contact is how a woman begins to close the distance she's afraid to close emotionally. Sign 4. She gets quieter around you in a specific way. Not cold. Not disinterested. Quieter in the way someone gets when they're trying to hold themselves together. When a woman is fantasizing about someone, being near that person creates an internal storm she has to manage. She might become slightly nervous, slightly careful with her words. She laughs a little too quickly or goes unusually still. That inner tension is desire trying to stay contained. Sign 5. She brings you into conversations where you don't need to be. You come up when you're not there. She mentions your name to her friends, her sister, her coworker. Not dramatically, just casually. But you keep appearing in her sentences. People repeat the names of those who occupy their minds. If mutual friends have mentioned your name to you in ways that feel slightly unexpected, that's not coincidence. That's her inner world leaking into her outer conversations. Sign 6. She studies you when she thinks you're not looking. There's a particular kind of attention that goes beyond curiosity. It's memorization. A woman who is fantasizing about you wants to know you, not just the surface version. She watches how you respond when something goes wrong. She notices what makes you laugh, what makes you go quiet, what you look like when you're genuinely happy. She is building a complete picture of you in her mind, one she visits when you're not around. Sign 7. Her mood is visibly affected by yours. If you seem off, she picks up on it immediately. If you're in a great mood, she lights up. This emotional synchronization happens when someone has become important to your internal world. She is unconsciously tuned to your frequency. Women don't emotionally mirror men they're indifferent to. If she rises and falls with your energy, you are already living inside her emotional space. Sign 8. She creates situations where the two of you end up alone. It's never obvious. She doesn't announce it. But look at the pattern. She mentions a place you both talked about, almost as a suggestion. She finds a reason to reach out privately rather than in a group. She engineers moments of closeness with quiet precision because she wants more of you without the risk of asking for more of you. This is desire navigating fear. She wants the proximity. She just needs it to feel accidental. Sign 9. She tells you things she doesn't tell other people. Her real fears. Old wounds she rarely talks about. The version of herself she usually keeps protected. A woman does not open that door for men she simply likes. She opens it for men she is genuinely drawn to, because on some level she already trusts you with parts of herself she hasn't fully admitted yet. Emotional vulnerability is not small. For a woman, it is the deepest signal. It means she is already letting you in long before anything has been said out loud. Here is what you need to understand about all of this. These signs are not random. They are a language, a private language she uses when her feelings are stronger than her courage to speak them. Women do not fantasize quietly and then stay quiet forever. They move. Slowly, cautiously, through signals and proximity and small, brave gestures. And if those signals are met with awareness, with calm confidence, with a man who sees her without making her feel exposed, the walls come down. The real tragedy isn't rejection. The real tragedy is a man and a woman who both wanted each other, standing close enough to touch, and neither one realizing what the other was feeling. Don't be that man. The signs were always there. Now you know how to see them. If this opened something in your mind, if it made you think of someone specific, someone whose behavior suddenly makes a different kind of sense, then you already know what to do next. Pay attention. Be present. Don't rush. Let her feel that you see her. That is more powerful than anything you could say. Like this video if it helped you. Subscribe if you want to understand the deeper psychology of desire, attraction, and the unspoken world of what women feel but rarely say. Every video on this channel goes deeper than the surface. And you deserve to understand what's really happening. See you in the next one.